let's jump into winning the morning. So take 30 seconds to just jot down a few notes about how do you win the morning? What are some of your habits, the things that you do to win the morning? And go. Okay, cool. Let me walk through some of mine, and please take notes. If you hear something like, oh, I'll try that, from myself or other folks on this call. So the first one is when I wake up in the morning, before my feet hit the ground, I send up 3 gratitudes. I sit there and I wake up, and I try not to hit the, I don't know, I haven't come up with a good name with this yet, but I don't like the word alarm. Why do we always wake up alarmed? I don't want to wake up alarmed. I want to wake up serenely. I don't know. So I don't know what to call that thing that wakes me up, but I don't want to call it an alarm because I don't want to be alarmed. But when that thing goes off, I before my feet hit the ground, I literally pray 3 gratitudes. What am I grateful for today? Whole thing about putting your brain in the right mindset for this. Then I have a piece where I do meditation. I actually do Tai Chi as a part of the thing, just to get my muscles all worked out. I don't always do this, but I'll read a chapter in a book, and I literally allocate 20 minutes for that. So I don't read a whole book, but that's my thing. I do this thing called, has anybody heard of Lumosity? It's brain exercises.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that every morning for 8 years.
It's an app. Is it on an app?
It's an app. Yep.
Yeah.
And I just think, for me, here's why I do that for brain exercises that way. Boy, in the later years of my life, if there's one thing I don't want to give up, it's my mind and my brain. I mean, I'll give up a lot of other things, I'll physical stuff I can endure, but the brain, man, I want to make sure that I have full faculties as I go. And so that's really important for me to do that. And it's gamified. So I'm a big achievement guy. And so I got to beat yesterday's score, and I got to do that. And so there's all that piece to it, which I love. So Lumosity is one thing I do. And then I'll talk about this later, but I organize today's to-dos. So then I plan the day, and I'll talk about that more later. And then what's really important, this is so good, I read my purpose statement aloud, as if I'm on stage with 2,000 people in front of me. To live 100% empowered, seeing the portals in the mist, gathering up pearls of wisdom and experience along the way, putting my talent in the world so I and the people I touch create authentic structures in our networks, organizations, communities all over the world, so we can live into and accelerate towards our dreams, our ambitions, our life goals, while respecting sacred life on this planet, so our human species evolves. Okay, does that sound like I've memorized it, wrote, and it sounds boring? No, it's because it's my life. It's what I do every day. I got to do this. So I encourage you to do that, because when you start doing it in that way, when somebody goes like, well, what's your secret to being, and then you just launch into the thing, you're like, dang. So that's what I do in the morning. Thoughts, other things that people want to add to this, other practices that you have.